4-year degrees or specific math training or anything like that. A lot of this will be technicians, senior level technicians that go offshore, run the equipment, implement and install the well hookups. So there's a lot of opportunity.
When they talk about offshore operations, who's there? What kind of people are there? What skills? What are they doing?
Well, David, the rig offshore just now, the Eric Roud, is an offshore city. There are probably 200 people on board at any given moment. There are engineers, electricians, communications experts, and roughnecks, people that actually work the heavy machinery that drills the well. These are all positions that Ghanaians can take up with preparation, with training, and given enough coaching and given enough focus. This could take place in a very short period of time.
You talk about preparation. It's one of the things I know that you are quite passionate about, and sometimes it's almost like you caution when you say Ghana must prepare itself. What do you mean, Lorin, when you talk about preparation?
One of the things that I think we have to be very careful about is managing the understanding of the industry and managing the expectations of the people who want to be involved in the industry. I myself started about 35 years ago working on a drilling rig, and opportunities and challenges presented themselves, and I was able to move forward. The same thing holds true here. There are entry-level positions, and once a person finds his aptitude or inclination towards a specific skill set in the industry, companies, expatriate companies, will go the distance to help develop those skills and those aspirations. Math is very important, engineering is important, but workmanship standards, safety consciousness, teamwork, these are all very important elements of a successful career in the oil and gas industry.
As I understand it, safety especially is important. Is this really just because it's offshore? Is that, or is it the nature of the work?
It's the nature of the work. It really doesn't matter if it's offshore or not, but offshore, of course, presents some particular challenges because you can't get off the rig and evacuate. You have to get in a boat or something like that. One of the issues on safety is our industry has lagged behind some others. And it's been in the last 15 years, really, that we've paid particular attention to root cause analysis, job safety standards, job safety assessments, so that our colleagues are prepared, educated, and understand the risks. We want everyone to go home safe at night to their families.
Yeah. But you're not in an industry with the greatest of reputations. We must talk about that. I mean, oil and the experience in Africa, and you hear people often use the expression of blessed, it's a blessing or a curse and so on. I mean, how can Ghana's experience be different?
When I read the Constitution and the petroleum law, the resource belongs to the Ghanaian people. And it's the president's obligation to shepherd that resource on behalf of the nation. And again, with the early engagement and the vision at GNPC in people like Thomas Manu, Andrew Badu, Francis Aka, these gentlemen are geared specifically towards progress and knowledge transfer and development for the industry. Transparency is a key, David. There are enormous sums of money involved in this industry. And sometimes we can get led astray. There are examples everywhere. But there are other shining examples where the resource really does develop for the benefit of the nation. I would point Norway as an example.
Is that not a one in a million? Or is that more success than we think? I mean, perhaps we...
bad news travels faster than good news. And I think you can look around Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, UK, Saudi, it's everywhere. There are successes everywhere. Unfortunately, the bad actors sometimes get the biggest news.
Do you think that Ghana has the right partners? I mean, in developing this? I mean, there is a Jubilee Consortium. I mean, there are a number of companies that you provide services to and so on. What is your view overall?
Well, again, this is the beginning of the industry in Ghana. And it's pioneering companies like Cosmos Energy, like Tullow Oil, like Anadarko, that explore and find these resources, evaluate the resource for its commerciality and so forth, that really get the ball rolling. As you move further down the progression of the industry, I see in the coming years a much larger role for GNPC, but also I see other major players coming in.
For example, there's talk about ExxonMobil.
Personally, I think that ExxonMobil coming into Ghana is a wonderful thing for Ghana's oil industry for a number of different reasons, David. One, they have deep water experience the world over. And deep water drilling and production presents some challenges that shallow water and land drilling don't present.
It's
frankly.
different.
It's absolutely different. Right now, we're going through 6,000 feet of water before we even touch the mud line to start drilling the well. So there are a number of different challenges presented by that. ExxonMobil have upwards of 40 deep water developments worldwide. They have expertise, they have technology, and they have cash. They can, I think, make a very positive impact on Ghanaians' oil industry.
And yet I'm sure you know that there is also the perception often in this industry that the benefits tend to go to huge multinationals and that the people of the country tend not to benefit.
Well, I suppose there's a danger of that, but again, that doesn't have much to do with the business processes or the technologies that are deployed in the fields. That's really the shepherding of the resource on behalf of government and the National Petroleum Company. And again, I'm very confident that GNPC
is on the right track.
They're on the right track.
What do you make of the experiences in other parts? I mean, this is it's a controversial bit in countries like Venezuela and so on, where there is obviously a huge effort for the state to be in control.
I try not to comment too much on political matters, and I would think that the case that you mentioned is more political than industry driven.
Right.
The resource is one thing. The culture or the aspiration of the government is another. Oil is not magic. It is like any other extractive mineral. It provides opportunities for the nation in terms of cash flow, development, infrastructure needs, and so forth. And more importantly, jobs. There are